bones, and the muscularity have the more. So this type of body is a very good for the weightlifting. Third one, endomorphy. This is have lot of fat, but bone density are there. Bone cell density is there. So in further my slides, I will explain why we require the mesomorphy and endomorphy. For sum of category, we require mesomorphy, and sum of category, we require the endomorphy, because the sum of category require more weight. Suppose above the 90 kg body weight category, you require the endomorphy, because in that particular category, we require some mass. So we further explain in detail all the types. Next, important consideration of body part for weightlifting. When we will discuss the weightlifting, we have to first discuss what type of body part essential and necessary require which body type, because that body part, some of them cannot develop by the training. So that is most important requirement for weightlifting body. Number one, body type, mesomorphy and endomorphy. Both type are required and suitable. Body type are suitable for weightlifting. Mesomorphy is necessary for the lower weight and the middle weight. Endomorphy, heavy weight, super heavy weight, and the heavyweight category is the endomorphy. So when you are going to select, because if you want to select a person with the height is only 160 or 170, he cannot participate in the super heavyweight category. If you gain the weight up to super heavyweight category, but the performance cannot be up to the mark, because the short body. Next, the height weight ratio. That is very, very important, because the certain height for particular weight category is the must require. If you want to select in the 55 or 61 kg category, you have to consider the height, because height is the parameter that decide in the last category, because after some time of training, sometimes some age, height cannot be increased, and some of the body part cannot be increased, only increase or decrease the muscle mass or fat or LBM, that is the increase. The bones cannot be increased. The skeletal of the bones is the fix. You cannot modify the bones with the training. So height, you have to measure the height. In which category you require the weightlifter. So you select the weightlifter as per the height and weight. And you have to calculate this particular height after the 4, 5, 6 year of training, the maximum weight he will gain. Next, the muscle mass. Muscle mass, as you know, without muscle mass, you cannot produce the force. Muscle mass means we did not require the fat. We require the lean mass. If a lifter have more lean mass, he create more force. He contact the more muscles. So muscle mass require more for effective motor ability and perform more. Next, the bone mass or bone density. You have two lifter, comparison both. One have the small bones. You cannot build too much, because if you want to build a building, maybe 10 male or 12 male or 15 male, you require more strong and big size of pillar. So bone is the pillar. If bone density is the more you can develop the more muscles. More muscles. Fat percentage. Fat percentage for particular weight category. If we discuss the lower weight, 67, the low. Low means only to 12, maybe 13. But we will discuss the upper heavyweight category. The fat percentage will be more. But we considered the fat percentage will be low. If fat percentage will be low, automatically the muscle mass or lean mass will be more. Because if the fat is more, fat cannot produce the muscle contraction and cannot produce the force. Next, the thumb length. More means 4 centimeter minimum for female and 6 centimeter minimum for male. I give you one example. मेरे पास एक वेट लिफ्टर था, बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग वेट लिफ्टर था, मिस्टर युकार सीवी. He did many time in training 160 jerk, but when he did the snatch only 110 or 112 maximum because of this point, thumb length. If you have all the motor ability, have the very good muscles and the very good lean body mass and force, all the motor ability, those are required. But the particular lifter thumb length is less and not the appropriate length. He cannot perform well during the competition. He cannot register the performance in particular snatch. So you keep in mind the body, this limbs necessary, because without steering the car, the Mercedes and BMW cannot move. You put so many horsepower of motor, but the steering is not there. It cannot move. So the thumb length is very, very necessary. Next, the palm length. Palm length. Palm length, 14 centimeter for women and 16 centimeter for men. It's minimum. If more, it's very good. But it's minimum. If I have 14 and 16 centimeter of palm length, this is more than enough और आपका काम चल जाएगा. Because palm length related to your thumb length and your finger length. So grip will be strong, very, very strong. And the athlete or weightlifter can drive the motor ability more efficiently or more effectively. Next, the upper body and lower body ratio. Long torso, short limb. Long torso means जो आपका बैक बीच का पार्ट है, बैकबोन. तो वेट लिफ्टिंग में अगर ये थोड़ा सा लंबा है, लॉन्ग टर्सो थोड़ा लंबा है, तो वो ज्यादा सक्सेसफुल है. शॉर्ट लिम्स, अगर उसके पर्टिकुलर लोअर लिम्स शॉर्ट है तो उसकी सारी पोजिशंस, स्टार्टिंग पोजिशन से लेकर उसकी फिनिशिंग पोजिशन, रिसीविंग पोजिशन सब कुछ परफेक्ट होगी. अगर ये लंबा है, शॉर्ट लिम्स नहीं है, लॉन्ग लिम्स है, तो ये इसका सेटिंग पोस्चर, स्टार्टिंग पोजिशन इतना सुटेबल और स्टेबल नहीं होगा. Next, the leg length. Leg length also requires short compared to body proportion. अगर किसी का हाइट 6 फीट है तो हमें देखना पड़ेगा कि उसका लेग लेंथ कितना है और टर्सो लेंथ कितना है, क्योंकि the particular limbs length deserve a important role during the high performance training for elite. Next, the upper legs and lower legs ratio means thigh and the tibia. That is very, very important because this is the main factor that considered the sitting posture. If the thigh and tibia 3-4 it's also moderate. But if 1-1, it's very good. 1-1 means your thigh length and tibia length. Tibia length is equal. It's very good sitting posture, stable sitting posture. So it's a further play important role in the weightlifting performance. Sorry. Next, length of arms, trunk should be 2.1 to 3. आर्म लेंथ और ट्रंक लेंथ का रेशो अगर इसके बीच में है तो इट्स वेरी वेरी गुड फॉर द हायर परफॉर्मेंस एंड यूटिलाइज ऑफ मोटर एबिलिटी, डेवलप्ड मोटर एबिलिटी. Next, arch in the foot. It means the lifter's foot cannot be flat. If the lifter foot is flat, he cannot observe, cannot, जो झटका लगता है किसी भी मोमेंट्स में उसको उसके नी ऑब्जर्व नहीं कर पाते, और थोड़े दिन के बाद मे बी आफ्टर 4-5 years of training the particular athlete may be suffering from the knee pain, and the extension of heel is also less. If the arch in the foot is not there, the extension of the feet is not less, and the force creation is also less. So the flat foot is not too much effective in the weightlifting area. Next, ankle joint. Ankle joint means plantar and dorsal. If we do the movement up and down of your ankle, how much the flexibility and the movability in the ankle joint. The ankle joint play a important role in the sitting posture and the starting position. If the particular weightlifter or lifter, the ankle joint have no movability and flexibility, there is no appropriate starting position and as well as the sitting position. Because the ankle joint is not movable, your knee joint cannot be moved forward, and the sitting posture cannot be developed the specifically, or the stability is less because the knee stop backward and the body comes backward. Next, arch in the torso is sitting position. Arch means your arch in your backbone, your torso. As per my experience, I saw a lot of lifters during the training or competition. When they are sitting, the lower back will be folded. So the arch in torso is very, very important, because if arch in torso is there, you can utilize the maximum motor ability, and you can manage, you can distribute all the weights in the body and the जमीन. अगर आपकी टर्सो में, आपकी बैकबोन में एक आर्च बनता है, आपका लोअर बैक सिटिंग पोजीशन में फोल्ड नहीं होता, तो आप जो यूटिलाइज करते हो, जितने भी फोर्स हमारी वेट लिफ्टिंग में यूज हो रही है सेटिंग के लिए, जब उनको यूटिलाइज करना होता है तो हम उनको एक अच्छे तरीके से यूटिलाइज नहीं कर पाते. तो आर्च इन टर्सो और आर्च इन बैकबोन इज वेरी वेरी नेसेसरी. So next is the bow leg or knock knee. That is also play important role for the higher development of training. If your athlete, your weightlifter have the full motor ability, and you have a lot of squat thigh power more than enough, but the bow leg and knock knee, after some time, he cannot utilize the full force of your ground reaction force and cannot create the maximum force on the ground because of angle of the movement of the knee. The knee joint movement will be deeper, and after some time is suffering from the pain or maybe chronic injury. So keep in mind for the motor and the further performance. Next, height and leg length. Its ratio, appropriate ratio, 1 into 0.60. It means height is 1 centimeter, the leg length may be 60 centimeter. If an athlete has this type of ratio, it's good for weightlifting and the higher performance. Next, height and arm. आर्म का हाइट के साथ रेशो, इट्स 1 and 0.42 ratio. If 1 meter is the height, the arm may be 42 centimeter, 0.42 meter. This is good, proportionate for the category. Now you can calculate your lifter in which category you are considered the ratio. If you have lifter is a 2 meter, you have considered the ratio. This is the ratio. This is the research. Next, the sitting height. That is also a very, very important factor in the weightlifting, because your bone is a fix, your torso is a fix, your lower limbs, upper limbs is a fix. The sitting height. Sitting height is the low. How is low? If the sitting height is low, automatically the angle joint, the placement foot, the shifting up to the feet is the perfect. If sitting height is the up, you have the no stability and no balancing ability. I saw a lot of lifters, they receive on the upper, only they cannot sit the legs. Though sitting height is the necessary. Sitting height means your torso height and your extension of the arms when you are sitting in the snatch and receiving the clean. Next, the elbow joint. In my life, in my coaching field, I saw a lot of lifters. They have very good motor ability and very good muscle strength, but their elbow joint cannot extend properly. And if the elbow joint cannot extend properly, he or she cannot register the performance during the competition. And opposite this, the proper locking and not to be higher. इसका opposite है. Some of elbow log have the higher extension, higher hyperextension. So hyperextension in the elbow joint is also not good, because have more chance for the elbow injury. Next, arm length require more. If according to height, the arm length is more, that is good and better for the weightlifting performance. Next, relation between body part and performance ability. Angle joint, already I discussed. Effect on various performance ability. अभी बॉडी पार्ट, सारे बॉडी के पार्ट हमारी मोटर एबिलिटी को कैसे ड्यूरिंग द एग्जीक्यूशन कैसे इफेक्ट करते हैं हमारी परफॉर्मेंस को, that is more important part. Next, thumb and palm length. Already I have discussed in the first slide. The lack of grip strength or performance will be effect, because the steering is the grip. Next, ankle joint. Already we have discussed. No stability in sitting posture. In snatch, clean and other sitting exercise. Height weight ratio, to select a particular weight category according to their height. If height is more, the muscle mass is less. If you select in a particular weight category, maybe a 170 centimeter of height, you will be select a lifter or a 55 weight category, that is not appropriate. So keep in mind for the height and weight ratio. Muscle mass, Muscle mass, as you know, the creation of the force, the muscle contraction. So muscle mass more, the production of the force is more. So the muscle mass require more. Bone density, already we have discussed in the first slide. If size of the bone more, good for the muscle increase. Arch in the foot, we have discussed already. Tibia and tibia. If the tibia length is more, then sitting position stability is more. Elbow joint, we have already discussed. Arch, we have already discussed in the first slide. Now, we will discuss that particular picture. You saw the first two pictures. The first two pictures, sitting posture in snatch, they have comparative short lower limbs. So you see the toe position and the knee position, and comparative the other two picture. Both the two female lifters have the long lower limbs. So the toe position is little bit outward than the heel, and the knee position is also outward. So the first one, the sitting posture, is the more stable, and the second one is not too much stable, and the different is the muscles and different is the posture. So it is important to check the lifters. Now the next, the starting position, same thing. The first two picture, this one. You saw the starting position, that female lifter shoulder, forward the bar and the hip also in correct position. This is also. But you check and see, observe the second two picture, both the female. The shoulder is the backward because the lower limbs have more long. If both the lifter have the similar motility, the performance will be differ. So you can calculate how the limbs, how the body play important role in the training, in the performance in the competition. Next, this is the research. If you're going to select a particular weightlifter, this is the average height of a top 6 weightlifter in which category in last two Olympic. Last two Olympic means 2012 London Olympic and 2016 Rio Olympic. This is the research. This is the old weight category because the new weight category have not too much data till now because only 1 or 2 world championship are there. In 56, the average first 6 position height only 155 centimeter. Average height. So you calculate the particular lifter, how much height, and in this height, in particular height, the particular lifter suitable for which weight category. Same 62, 162, 69, 164, 77, 165, 85, 173, 94, 175. Now you check, the height increasing is less, the body weight increasing is more. So you calculate this factor also, that is also a more important factor. And the super high weight plus 105, the average height of the top 6 weightlifter in the Olympic, in both the Olympic, 186 centimeter. So you can calculate a 155 centimeter lifter cannot take part and cannot suitable in the plus and super heavyweight weight category. Similar in the woman, 48, only 149 centimeter, the average height of the 6 top lifter in the both the Olympics. 53, 155, 58, 157, 63, 61, 161, 69, and the super heavy plus 70, 174. So that is the more important area to consider the height and weight for the particular category for the develop the motor ability and develop the performance in the. Now they are the role model of weightlifting. You see, the Lhasa is the best performance in the world at present. His height 197 centimeter and weight 168.6 kg. Now this is a matter from which height and which weight. And you saw the proportionate of the body. So when you are going to the field and you are discuss the height weight, this is the more important model for the weightlifting. Now the second pocket size Hercules, the Om Yun Cho from North Korea. The height is 152 centimeter and average weight only 157.5 kg. So on both the, you say, for this height 152 cannot able to participate in the super heavy. If you increase the body weight in the 150 or 160 centimeter height, the performance and the motor cannot be developed in this way that require in the particular weight category. Next, our topic is the coordinative ability. How the body and the motor ability are deserve for a better coordinative ability in the weightlifting. Particularly, a lifter coordinative ability or coordination is depend on the CNS, central nervous system, and the cognitive process. We are discuss in weightlifting the coordinative ability in such a way. If we are discuss the coordinative or coordination ability, we are first discuss the CNS and the cognitive process. CNS and cognitive process means the psychology of the lifter and movement execution aspects of an action. It means in a particular athlete or weightlifter, that particular movements, what type of picture, what type of video is in the mind, and how the cognitive process going on when he or she will perform during the training or during the competition. Next, what are the importance of coordination ability in weightlifting? Why coordination ability or coordinative ability require for the weightlifting? The coordination ability becomes effective during movement through motor ability and activate determined drives and cognitive process. For example, a lifter have all the motor ability, strength, speed, explosive strength, all that stuff, but he cannot coordinate with the developed motor ability in the particular specific movement. For example, it's cognitive process. How can his particular athlete mind, determine, and how can the mind give the message in particular execution phase, give the message in particular phase. Suppose during the high pull, when the lifter in the peak height of the bar, he have to go under the bar as soon as possible. How the mind give the message to the particular body part to stable and the separation of leg and the catch the bar as soon as possible. This is the cognitive process. If the cognitive process the message cannot deliver in the minimum of time to the particular muscle group, the coordination ability will be not there. And the motor ability, those who are important for the performance, not be effective, not be more effective, and not be economically. So coordinative ability is important for the particular object execution or the determine the drive to drive the movements. Next, the movement quality depend on great extent of coordination ability. It means rhythm, flow, accuracy, consistency, amplitude, and etc. Means the coordination ability is important for the execution of the skill, execution of the technique. If you want to develop the technique or mastery of the technique, you have to develop the coordinative ability in the some particular rhythm. Maybe the bar height, how much height? The mind automatically, maybe the bar height, maximum height is more. Your mind, the lifter mind, automatic, oh, pull is more. The pull is more. So its accuracy. So automatically the lifter will be received little bit up height. Do not go to down. That is more important. How the accuracy, where will be received is, and the opposite things. If the bar height is less or pull height, the maximum pull height is the less. How can the cognitive process work on that particular condition? How the mind and the body, how the mind give the message for the particular athlete, you have to shift the leg more because the bar is coming, bar is falling, bar is dropping. So that is more important. Hence, it's depend on flow, the movement flow and the rhythm. If the rhythm, the frequency, the flow is the good, the motor ability of the coordination ability is the in correct way. And the coordinative ability is the correct way that you can fix and you can utilize the all the motor, developed motor ability in the correct way. Next, the coordination ability is needed for a maximal or maximum utilization of conditional ability and technical skill. The coordination ability are developed in the conditional ability. It means conditional means physical fitness and all the motors. When we are discuss about the conditional ability, the physical conditioning, it is all the body system include, because in some particular body system is not utilized in proper way and not developed in the appropriate limit, the coordination ability will be affected. If develop the maximum utilize of the conditional ability and as well as the technical skill. Because the technical skill depend on your balancing, your movability, your flexibility, and the coordination ability also depend on your balance, your stability, your movability, and your elasticity of the muscles. We have already discussed in my first two lecture about the muscles, how the muscles will be work in balancing ability and the suitable sitting posture. Next, the coordination depends largely on technique. If the perfection of the technique in particular movement and in particular specific exercise is the excellent, the coordination is also very good, stable, and the balancing ability are there. So coordination ability, coordinative ability is depend on how the mastery on your technique. Next, role of coordinative ability. In the approach, coordinative ability are the two separated categories. Number one, technical skillfulness. Technical skillfulness means those movements are related in the weightlifting technique or skill. Next, the tactical skillfulness. Number one, the technical skillfulness can be characterized mainly for the following components of the cognitive ability. If we discuss about the technique is the direct link to our the cognitive process and our center nervous system. Because in the technical skills, the center nervous system involvement is the more. Because the mind give the message for the particular muscles and the particular joint to do the movement and do the work. But what type of message require for the coordinative ability? Means sense of movement. Sense, your athlete require the movement sense. Movement means how much the speed is the bar. And this is speed, how to produce the force and how the muscles control that particular speed and the negative force. The sense of movements is necessary for the particular skill. And if the particular lifter has a sense of movements, the coordinative ability will be developed in the more efficient way. So the sense of movement is good, the coordinative ability is good. Next, sense of balance. Balance, as you know, it's also related to the central nervous system. Because when we will discuss about the balance, is also the correlation between the coordinative ability. If you have no coordination between front and back, left and right, there is no balancing ability. And if you have no sense of balance, you have no coordinative ability. So for balance, for the development of the balance, the coordination of the left, right, and front and back, that is the require. Next, the flexibility. If you want to develop the coordination or coordinative ability, in particular posture, you have the flexibility in sufficient range. If the flexibility is less in particular joint or particular muscles, your coordinative ability is the less. So the flexibility is also play important role in the coordinative ability. Next, the elasticity. Elasticity means muscles. The elasticity of the muscles. If the particular muscles cannot stretch in the proper range, so joint will be affected, and if joint will affected, your coordinative ability will be affected. Because in particular range of motion and particular range of specific movement, you cannot gain the range because lack of elasticity in the muscles. So in this condition, your coordinative ability is the different. If you have the number one elasticity of the muscles, your coordinative ability will be number one. Next, moment of adaptation. How your body adapt the particular movement and mastery of the technical skill. Suppose your bar maybe come outside, maybe little bit round, some hitting action, and bar in the snatch position, little bit going backward. How you adapt. How the particular muscles and joint adapt this movement, this movement with a coordination. Coordination the other body part. Maybe some little bit knee forward, neck forward, neck little bit down. This is the coordination. If snatch you take little bit going backward, you pull the neck downward. It is the coordination, and it is the movement adaptation. Automatically, your mind gives the message to the particular muscle group, the bar going backward. Automatically, the mind gives the message to the neck, little bit comes downward, and the bar will be balanced. That is the important role of the coordinative ability. Next, correction of movement. Moment of correction. You saw the some of athlete sometime jump forward. This is automatically because the path of the bar is the away from the body, and sometimes the lifter jump backward. So how your mind correct this particular movement with the help of cognitive process and the coordination. This is a coordination. How this particular movement will solve, how this particular correction will be correct by the mind and by the body. This is the mediator. How the mediator, the cognitive process, role in the correction of particular movements. Next, the sense of rhythm. Sense of rhythm again is very, very important. The bar, the speed of the movement, the speed of the bar. If in the clean, you pull maximum and body comes down earlier, the weight will be comes hit on your shoulder, on your neck, and back will be tilted forward. So this is the rhythm. The body can calculate the rhythm, how much the bar height and how the body play an important role in rhythmic way. In same, we will discuss about the jerk. When we will study for the jerk, the oscillation of the bar. When the bar comes down, when the disc comes down, if an athlete start dipping, it is not appropriate rhythm. But when the bar oscillation, the plates or disc comes up, this is the rhythm. If an athlete understand the rhythm, he calculate and he develop the coordination ability in such a way, and he or she can perform perfectly. Next, the tactical. Tactical, also similar, can be characterized mainly by the following components of coordinative ability. Orientation in space and time. Already I am discussed. Orientation means the orientation, how the space and time available during the execution of the lift and during the performance execution in the training and competition. आपके पास स्पेस कितना है and time. If we will discuss the snatch, you have the minimum time. You have to catch in the minimum time in the snatch and fix it. If you are delay, if you have not orientation in your mind, your mind cannot give the particular message on the particular muscle group or joint for the fixation of the bar. So coordination ability is not there. So that is the orientation. Next, sense of space. Space means speed. How much speed, bar का speed क्या है? अगर बार का स्पीड के साथ आपका बॉडी का स्पीड नहीं तालमेल खाएगा तो आपका कोऑर्डिनेशन इतना स्पेसिफिकली और स्टेबिलिटी के साथ नहीं होगा। सपोज आपका बार नीचे गिर रहा है और आपका जो पेस है, आपका जो टाइमिंग है वो बैठने का, उसके साथ तालमेल नहीं है तो आप बार को नहीं पकड़ पाएंगे और बार आपकी पहले ही या तो आगे या पीछे आपके गिर जाएगी। सेम क्लीन में अगर आपका बार फॉरवर्ड है और बॉडी पीछे है तो आपकी क्लीन सामने गिर जाएगी। इसके अपोजिट अगर आपकी क्लीन पीछे जा रही है और बॉडी आपकी आगे है तो आपकी क्लीन पीछे गिर जाएगी, आपके पैर भी नहीं खुलेंगे। सो दैट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट, more important role for the coordination to develop the performance in the specific way. Next, moment adaptation. We have already discussed, but next, the reaction of response ability. आपके पर्टिकुलर माइंड कॉग्निटिव प्रोसेस का रेस्पॉन्स क्या है? How in minimum time your body can respond in the particular specific moment as soon as possible in minimum of time, and the effective way how the body responds the particular reaction already discussed in the first slide. Decision making, this is also a important part. Above all factor, it's make the decision by the CNS and the cognitive process, because the muscles have take the decision by the message received from the mind. From your mind gives the message for the particular muscle group or the particular joint for the take the decision, and as soon as possible the decision will be received, muscles will be give the action. That action will be the coordination ability. Next, agility. Agility is also an important part in relation to the role of coordinative ability. Agility means how in minimum of time you can change the movement. Suppose in a snatch, we have the maximum height. In minimum of time, how can you shift the legs and fix the bar above the head? Is the agility. Because the one moment is there, bar peak height, and immediately you have changed the movement, shifting over your legs and drop your hip as soon as possible. That is the agility movements. So in conclusion, so the role of physical, motor and coordinative ability have interrelation among them. If you want to develop the performance, consider all the body part factors, those who are playing important role for performance of weightlifting, specific motor ability during training and competition. So the physical and motor and the coordination ability have the correlation among them. If you want to develop a performance in the elite level or international level or national level, you have to develop, you have to watch, you have to observe the physical limbs and physical structure also. So we are going to conclude. Thank you, all of you, for the listening.
Yeah. Anybody wants to know anything from the speaker? You can put your points.
They can unmute their mic.
No questions?
किसी का बच्चा रो रहा है, किसी का बच्चा रो रहा है।
कौन है?
हेलो,
Yes, anybody wants to say anything? Any questions from the speaker? You can clarify your doubts. Nobody wants to know anything? Actually, that is the problem. If we unmute everybody, then there is some extra sounds coming on the portal which are disturbing everybody. So it is a class. You must behave like we are in the class. If there are children in the room, or you can have a separate room for all these things. So if we unmute everybody now, you will find that lot many sounds coming all together. Secondly, as Mr. D.D. Sharma has pointed out, the grip of the lifters, that like thumb length or fingers or palm length, that is a very valid point. We find that many strong lifters doing very good in clean and jerk, but they are failing in the snatch. So ultimately, they are not reached to the top place. So in weightlifting, if you want to reach to the top place or want to give the best performance, both the lifters have a better synchronization, though will be almost the same, like 50, 90, 20, 50. These are the combination 30, 70. So if a lifter is doing 70 kg clean jerk and doing only 110 or 20 kg snatch, then he will not be able to make the total of the person who is going very good in snatch, and they are doing same better in clean and jerk. Sometimes people having problems with the back or something else, they are very good in the snatch and they are missing the clean and jerk berth. So their coordination ability, like he has rightly pointed out in coordinative abilities, the technical skillfulness, जो sense of movement जो है, उन लोग को अब हम कभी देखते हैं कि we find coaches shouting to the lifters, meet the bar, meet the bar. That is the what they should rightly place the bar on their shoulders, not on the chest, or sometimes bar is falling from the top. So there are three positions in receiving clean. One is receiving on the chest, that is also a foul. Another one receiving exactly on the shoulders and very smooth landing. And third one is sometimes lifter sits early and the ball falls from the top. So that again it will give a disadvantage to the lifter. The bar will be pressing him down, that he will not be able to get up, or sometimes he drop the bar in front of the body. So these things are in coordinative ability. He has rightly pointed out each and every point valid for the coaches. We must keep in mind when the lifter is going for the lifting. Then coaches shouting on the lifters, pull up accordingly, receive smoothly, and dip smoothly, dip straight, this thing, that thing. So many things are there which coaches are shouting on the lifters. So these all comes with the experience, and he has also, due to coordinated abilities are too good for the lifter. Agility is very nice. You will find that he is doing the lift very easy. Or some people having coordinative ability is not too good. They will be running behind the bar. They will be running for the snatch. They will be running on the platform. They will be cleaning in odd positions. They will be jerking in odd positions. You find so many wrong moments in them. So this all is a good point he has pointed out. So we are thankful to each and everyone on the portal.
Hello.
We will, Pandyan, you can share the next slide, please.
Sir, I have shared.
Hello.
Not visible?
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Ashok Kumar will be taking a lecture from tomorrow at from 10 to 11. So with this, we will be ending the meeting now.
Arnam Saab, can I come in?
Yes, sir, please,
yes
sir.
sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Very good. Thank you so much, Coach Saab, Harnam Saab, Ashok Saab, and Pandyan who are taking these classes. And I think Mr. Pal Singh Sandhu wants to speak something. Sandhu साहब आप बोलना चाहते हैं कुछ?
जी सर.
संधू साहब का आपने अगर म्यूट कर रखा है तो अनम्यूट करें प्लीज.
म्यूट नहीं है सर, खुला है.
म्यूट नहीं है, संधू साहब बोल सकते हैं.
हाँ जी सर, ऐसा है कि इट इज वेरी good lecture read by Mr. D.D. Sharma. But I just want to say that there are, I don't have the time, in short time I will just speak that as he has pointed out about the elbow. Now some of the lifters, there was a lifter from Greece, a world champion, world record holder. His elbows were not very straight, but still he was a very fine lifter. So I meant to say, when coaches are going to select a lifter according to his body type and all, they can say there can be some percentage of fault in some knee joint or a ankle flexibility. This some percentage can be built with the training. And now one point when last Harnam Singh was speaking that if you receive the clean on the chest, it is a foul. No, it is not a foul. If he receives on the chest and if he jugs from there only, it's not a foul. So these are the few points which I wanted to say.
बिल्कुल सर, थैंक यू संधू साहब, बहुत बढ़िया. डीडी साहब आपने कुछ कमेंट करना, बिकॉज आई मस्ट से दैट वेट लिफ्टिंग इज अ डायनेमिक स्पोर्ट and not
Yes, sir.
weightlifting. Every sport is very dynamic and a lot
Yes,
of
sir.
situation comes for a coach,
Yes, sir.
and it comes at different opportunity, whether he's in the training, he's in competition, so he has to take a decision.
Yes,
And
sir.
every solution is different for different situation. So
Yes, sir.
definitely your views are invited. All coaches are very experienced, they have got experience in their own field, and we would like to invite the questions which is related to the topic, so that we don't waste time of each other.
Yes,
And
sir.
today we can spend some time, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I think the speakers who are there, all the lecturers are present here, you can
Yes,
give
sir.
your views. So DD sahab, aap whatever Sandhu sahab ne kaha hai, aap if you agree or if you have
Yes,
got
sir.
few more points to add, you can add. Then we'll switch to next question.
No, sir, I fully agree with this, Sandhu.
ठीक है. एनीथिंग, किसी ने और ने कुछ कहना है तो प्लीज आज, आई थिंक अनम्यूट कर रखा है. एंड आई मस्ट कांग्रेचुलेट दैट कि आप सारे के सारे जो हैं, जो हमारी स्ट्रेंथ है 100 की, वो कीनली जो है हमारे स्पीकर्स को सुन रहे थे. स्पीकर्स ने भी बड़ा अपनी तैयारी करके और प्रिपेयर करके टू द बेस्ट ऑफ देयर नॉलेज, टू बेस्ट ऑफ देयर एक्सपीरियंस, बेस्ट ऑफ द वीडियोस एक्सपीरियंस सब आपके साथ शेयर किया है. एंड ये ऑनलाइन में जो है, वी कैन नॉट हैव एवरी क्लैरिफिकेशंस ऑन ईच एंड एवरी ओकेजन. मैं कई लेक्चर सुनता हूँ, उसमें एक सवाल आता है कि मुझे जो है कंपटीशन से पहले क्या खाना चाहिए. तो इट्स अ जनरल क्वेश्चन. अब वो क्या जवाब दे कोच. बॉक्सिंग के अंदर किसी ने पूछा कि सर आपने बताया कि जब भी कोई सामने से ऑफेंसिव अटैक हो रहा है तो आपने 180 डिग्री अपना टर्न करना है. तो उसने कहा सर 180 क्यों बोला, व्हाई नॉट 90. तो उसने कहा कि सर सिचुएशन है, अगर उसका फुल अपना आ रहा है अटैक तो मैं 180 करूंगा, अगर हाफ आ रहा है तो आई विल वेट एंड आई विल अगेन rebound and I'll go back for my attack now. So these are the situation even in weight lifting. I have seen that कि आप जब जाते हो प्लेटफॉर्म पे, कंपटीशन प्लेटफॉर्म पे जाते हो, जब कुछ अलग माहौल होता है, अपोनेंट को देख के आपकी जो टैक्टिस होती है कोचेस की, टोटली आपके जो एक्सपीरियंस है, आपके अपने जो वेट लिफ्टर है उसकी स्टडी से कि आपका वेट लिफ्टर क्या ले सकता है, आपने ट्रेनिंग क्या कराई है, तो आप सबको मालूम है कि ये सब वेरिएंस है. तो टुडे इज द ओकेजन दैट वी मस्ट शेयर आवर एक्सपीरियंसेस एंड वी मस्ट आल्सो क्लैरिफाई डाउट्स फॉर दिस जूनियर एंड यंग कोचेस. उनको आपके बातों से कुछ सीखने को मिलता है. जब वो बड़े होते हैं, जब उनके पास टीम जाती है, कंपटीशन होता है, तो वो अपने हिसाब से आपकी ये छोटी मोटी बातें याद रहती है उनको कि उन्होंने कुछ कहा था, बट डिसीजन तो उस कोच का होता है और उस वेट लिफ्टर का कैपेबिलिटी का होता है, उस सिचुएशन का होता है जब उसने लेना होता है. दीज आर ऑल लर्निंग्स. तो थैंक यू संधू साहब. और भी कोई बोलना चाहे, हमारे पास बहुत एक्सपीरियंस कोचेस हैं, प्लीज कम अप. हमारा पैनलिस्ट यहीं पे है और मेरे ख्याल से आई थिंक 2 या 3 दिन में हम लोग जो है समराइज करेंगे. तो 1 या 2 दिन जो है हम क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन में भी ले सकते हैं. एनीबॉडी एल्स?
हेलो.
हाँ बोलिए.
हाँ जैन सर, मैं यूपी से.
नाम बताइए
सर मैं यूपी से वेट लिफ्टिंग कोच उत्तम कुमार सिंह बोल रहा हूँ, यूपी से.
उत्तम जी बोलिए.
जी सर. मैं सर मुझे अच्छा लगा कि आपने आज जो है हम लोगों को गाइड किया, लेकिन मैं एक चीज कहना ये चाह रहा था सर कि एक सेशन हमारी ट्रेनिंग में जो डीडी सर बोल रहे हैं, अशोक सर बोल रहे हैं, एक ग्रास रूट लेवल पे जो साइंटिस्ट तैयार करते हैं बच्चों को, उनके पास ये साइंटिफिक चीजें नहीं होती हैं सर, वो इन चीजों को नहीं कर पाते हैं। तो क्या एक सेशन इस तरह का हो सकता है कि ग्रास रूट लेवल पे हम जो बच्चों को चयनित करते हैं तो कुछ चीजें ऐसी हो जाएं कि जो बेसिकली हम उस चीज को, उन नॉर्म को फॉलो कर लें सर?
ठीक है सर। उत्तम साहब, हरनाम साहब, आपने सुना इनका सवाल?
यस सर, यस सर।
आप बताइए, अगर आप कुछ फ्रेम कर सकते हैं तीनों चारों मिलके, तो एक प्रेजेंटेशन 20-25 मिनट का ग्रास रूट लेवल पे वेट लिफ्ट तैयार करना चाहिए, और एक यंग कोच को उसको क्या क्या चीजों का ख्याल रखना चाहिए, अगर आप 20-25 मिनट में कवर कर सकते हैं तो आप ओपन,
ये हम प्रिपेयर कर लेंगे सर।
ठीक है सर। सर नेक्स्ट कोई सवाल बताइए।
ओके, जय हिंद सर।
Hello, sir. I would like to. TG Pandian, sir. So I would like to say something.
Please.
Yes, sir. I would like to say something regarding this elbow joint, Mr. Sandhu sir was telling. So there is two things, sir. Yes, sir.
Just imagine that कि I have just told everything that ये सब situation पे depend करता है.
Yes.
Don't give a clear cut answer if you don't have.
No. Yes, sir. So actually there is two things, sir. One is hyperflexion, and one is not extending the answer. So you can see Mr. Razade, the world and Olympic champion, you see the right hand of his elbow is not fully extended. And in women also we can see that there is a hyperflexion in women, sir. So during the selection we can vary with the boys and girls. So there is about 1 degree of hyperextension can be allowed in tennis. This is a theory state, sir.
Thank you, Pandian, for your views.
Thank you,
And
sir.
anybody can share the views on these kind of issues. ठीक है, ये 1 डिग्री कितना होता है मुझे तो कुछ पता नहीं चलता।
Yes, sir.
And कैसे
Yes, sir. It is a theory, and I have literature also.
It's a theory, sir.
Theory and practical differs a lot.
Yes, sir.
And
Sure.
as experienced coach, we all know that कि जो है हम बात कर रहे हैं, किसकी बात कर रहे हैं, ये हमें समझा रहा है तो क्या समझा रहा है,
Yes, sir.
मैंने क्या करना है, and especially for the junior coaches, they have to learn all this. Thank you. Next question.
I just want to put a point, sir.
हाँ बोलिए।
जैसे हम लोग अभी कंसीडर कर रहे थे कि वेट लिफ्टिंग में 3 टाइप की लैंडिंग्स होती हैं, क्लीन एंड जर्क में पर्टिकुलरली ऐसा होता है सर। एंड आई विल जस्ट स्पीक टू माय colleague coaches that you all find that there are 3 type of landing, just landing, just shoulder पे exact landing, और sometimes it's dropping from the top. So अगर रिसीव करने के बाद एक फुल इवेंट्स, एक लिफ्टर के बाद पूरा एक इवेंट बाकी है क्लीन एंड जर्क कंप्लीट करने के लिए। तो जैसे मैंने बोला है कि अगर वो चेस्ट पे रिसीव करता है तो उसके बाद उसको गेटअप करना है, फिर जर्क करना है। बाय द टाइम वो बंदा हो सकता है वहां पे होल्ड कर जाए वो जहां पे उसने फर्स्ट में होल्ड किया है। अदरवाइज बहुत सारे जो 90% जो आप 80% को बोल ही सकते हो, बंदे वहां से उसको पुश करके बाद में शोल्डर पे ले जाते हैं, तो उसके बाद जर्क करते हैं। तो ये जो मोमेंट है पर्टिकुलरली दिस कैन बी अ कॉल लिफ्ट। अगर वो जहां से पकड़ा है उसने, अगर वहीं पकड़ के उसने होल्ड करके खड़ा भी हो गया फिर जर्क कर दिया, देन इट इज ओके, बट इसमें सक्सेसफुल जो है बहुत कम है। What I want to say.
Thank you हरनान साहब आपके व्यूज के लिए। We can address few more questions. कोई नए क्वेश्चन, नया सवाल पूछना चाहे तो प्लीज आस्क। इतना बढ़िया हमारा प्लेटफॉर्म है, इतने बढ़िया जो है कोचेस हैं, आई थिंक हमने सबको अनम्यूट कर रखा है और कोई आवाज नहीं आ रही है। दूसरे स्पोर्ट्स के अंदर थोड़ा सा अनम्यूट करते ही इतनी आवाजें आती है, यहाँ तो हमारा बड़ा डिसिप्लिन जो है पूरा कम्युनिटी है, वेट लिफ्टिंग कम्युनिटी। पूछिए, कोई और पूछिए।
कल हमारे कुछ कोचेस ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाए सर क्योंकि हमारा स्ट्रेंथ कम था, एंड इट हैज गॉन मोर देन 100 यस्टरडे।
हाँ चलो कोई बात नहीं, कल मैं भी ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाया, कल मैं आया तो बोला 100 है, आउट है।
वो हो गया।
Anybody else? So thank you so much and have the question। और हरनाम साहब आप अपना जो है, क्योंकि ये तो आप अगर सबको अनम्यूट भी कर देंगे तब भी यहाँ पे बड़ा डिसिप्लिन है।
जी सर।
म्यूटिंग एंड अनम्यूटिंग इज ओनली टू मेंटेन डिसिप्लिन ऑफ द क्लास, दैट्स ऑल। तो आप अनम्यूट कर दें आखिर में 15-20 मिनट में, एवरीबडी कैन आस्क द क्वेश्चंस एंड आई जस्ट रिक्वेस्ट दैट द क्वेश्चन शुड बी रिलेटेड टू द टॉपिक ओनली। एवरीबडी इज एक्सपीरियंस्ड एंड नोबडी इज शाई ऑफ गिविंग आंसर्स। जितना मुझे पता है उतना पता है, जितना मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है वही तो शेयर कर रहे हैं, एंड नोबडी इज ग्रेडिंग अस ऑन दिस। इट इज ओनली अ प्लेटफॉर्म वेयर वी आर शेयरिंग द नॉलेज। सो थैंक यू सो मच Arnam sir, thank you so much for coordinating everything.
Thank you for coming in sir and for your advice.
Thank you सारे participants, coach साहब, thank you so much.
Thank you sir, thank you
sir, thank you।
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Nice.
Sir, can we end the meeting, sir? Hanam sir?
हाँ हाँ
Okay, sir. Thank you.